Hello. We're still going through the Isle of Mull in chapter 5, this being the 2nd of July. I slept uneasily that night, fearing I should be robbed, but I might have spared myself the pain, for my host was no robber, only miserably poor and a great cheat. He was not alone in his poverty, for the next morning we must go 5 miles about the house of what he called a rich man to have one of my guineas changed. This was perhaps a rich man for Mull. He would have scarce been thought so in the south, for it took all he had. The whole house was turned upside down, and a neighbour brought under contribution before he could scrape together 20 shillings in silver. I presume that means that 20 shillings equals a guinea. Anyone want to check that for me? That would be good. The odd shilling he kept for himself, protesting he could ill afford to have so great a sum of money lying locked up. For all that, he was very courteous and well spoken, made us both sit down with his family to dinner, and brewed punch in a fine china bowl, over which my rascal guide grew so merry that he refused to start. I was for getting angry, and appealed to the rich man, Hector McLean was his name, who had been a witness to our bargain and to my payment of the 5 shillings. But McLean had taken his share of the punch, and vowed that no gentleman should leave his table after the bowl was brewed. So there was nothing for it but to sit and hear Jacobite toasts and Gaelic songs till all were tipsy, and staggered off to the bed or the barn for their night's rest. And that's it. Very short reading today. It is going to pick up. Tomorrow there will be threats of violence, blind men with guns. We'll end up in a pub. Hooray! And then from there on in, we're only a few days from witnessing a very serious murder. So after the quiet rural bliss of Mull, things are going to hot up. You'll notice already, of course, that human beings appearing on the scene have meant, fear of being robbed, money issues, betrayal. Anybody knows anyone called Hector McLean, let me know. And interesting, isn't it, how I found a rich man's house, I think. This little pink one here. I think that probably cost lots of money to renovate. How strange it is that we display our wealth by doing up poor men's houses. Strange indeed. There is my theory about this area, I think, is correct. There's a very grand house called Kidmapper House just up the road, and a converted church, which is always another sign of it being quite posh and rich around here. So I'm pretty sure I'm right here. I think he went the wrong way, and will have to trudge back, just like I will do any moment now. And this is a reminder to Polly, who before I left talked about the idea that she wondered whether she was going to get me to do something like launch a flotilla of paper boats, but then she thought, was that the right thing to do? Was it appropriate? And she didn't really know how to join in. Well, it's entirely appropriate, Polly. So if you want me to do that, let me know.